What's
Yo,
up?
What's good, bro? What's good, Jay the Great,
What's
Batman,
going
and
on?
Shinobi? Give me 20 seconds. I'm walking into my house real quick.
no worries, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I read the chat. Kisame is nowhere near 7 Gates guy level. uh, yeah, folks, any questions at all? Sorry for missing the chat. That's my bad. What's going
Good, man.
on?
Doing the holidays, you know what I mean? Fucking keeping it
Type
chilling
shit,
right now.
type shit. Jay, I remember you said that well, earlier in the stream you were like, oh, Pain versus Itachi, because of how contentious it is, it'll take too long. That was the one I was suggesting, but I don't mind talking about something else if you think, because I think just Pain just slams, but yeah.
What do you think he slams?
I think it's from the weekly 364 statement where it says he's the strongest man in the Akatsuki.
That could just be incorrect, and if it's negated by feats, I mean, it's just null and void.
What feats would make it incorrect?
Itachi versus Edo Nagato. Or Edo Itachi, rather, sorry. Versus Edo Nagato.
It
Edo
could be a high
Nagato.
statement though as well,
I
because
think
like
I think Edo Itachi is just stronger than his alive self.
Why would it be
agreed.
stronger?
From Obito reverting back his abilities. And
Do you
also
think that he...
if you
Well, he's
also
not
think
sick, right?
in Edo, no, because he doesn't have his blood. So
Yeah,
he
exactly.
probably
So, yeah.
yeah,
Are
so
you talking about Sekitachi? Sekitachi, I would agree, Pain beats him.
oh, I thought that's the one you were talking about.
No,
Do you
no,
think
not that one.
Do you think Edo Itachi, like, do you think that would be his hypothetical prime self?
Close to it, yeah.
Slightly
Do you
inferior. Obviously,
do you think
the only additional benefit is obviously his stamina issues wouldn't be an issue because he's Neto, but everything
do you
else,
Yeah.
yeah, he'd
think
be slightly superior.
do you think during that time, whenever he was at his prime, he was in the Akatsuki?
I don't think he ever truly reached his prime because his illness started to kick in.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
so wait, hold on. So how would we gauge that would be his prime then if he never
The
hit his
Edos
prime?
are
'Cause
stated to be
usually,
they're stated to be nearly virtual full power. So
Well,
he's
yeah.
close.
So it should be at like the fullest power at what the alive character would be at.
not necessarily,
That
because like the moment Itachi died was the moment he had the most experience and wisdom gained in his life. So when he died, that was his prime iteration of himself, minus
Yeah,
the
that's a false
handicaps.
equivalency because Tobarama was
Yeah.
the one who said it.
yeah.
He was speaking.
I mean,
Is the most rational assumption is he meant prime
yeah.
iterations, not people that are ill.
Yeah, I mean, I also think it's a bit weird because that Edo Itachi has the experience of the accumulation to the point when he died, but still have a body that is from earlier in his years. So either way, there's still like a thing is. The reason I was asking is because through the weekly 364 statement, I think if you think hypothetical prime Itachi is in the Akatsuki, then the statement should still apply. That's
Yeah, I
all.
don't think he was. I don't think he was ever in his prime. I think his illness was a gradual thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, if we agree on Pain versus Itachi, we can, or at least alive Itachi, we can talk about
Yeah,
something
live
else.
Itachi, I agree. Yeah, Pain would beat him. Yeah.
What
Yeah, I think
about
the healthiest we saw Itachi was like part one, and even then he seemed to be kind of like sick as well, or at least handicapped from too much MS usage at the very least. You know.
Yeah.
Got you. I feel that. Are you familiar with part one at all?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Who do you think is the strongest in the tuning exams?
The strongest.
I think
Technically, it would be
Sasuke's the strongest.
technically I would say Naruto with a nine tails amp, but I mean, besides the two that can go like rampage mode with their tail beasts, probably Sasuke. Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, you're talking about whenever he's QB amp, like against Neji, or you're talking about the one where he
Gaara.
was able to,
Fight
the one
Gaara,
where he was able to summon Gamabunta.
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how fast you think that Naruto is, because he wasn't really doing any crazy speed feats against that Gaara. Because I'm not entirely sure that how strong that version got in the first place. Because we
Yeah,
really
and
don't.
also it
All
also
we see is the
depends.
summon.
Yeah, it depends on the parameters of the match. So if it's a tuning exam match, obviously Naruto can't use Gamabunta, so Sasuke's odds would be better. But if it's like
Well,
just
I mean,
one on one,
I don't even
yeah,
think he would have access to that amount of chakra anyways in the first place, because both
No,
instances we see is like a extreme condition in order for that to
that's
happen.
true. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
he
I
needs
agree.
drama for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
So
say killer intent iteration with iterations with killer intent Naruto is the top. In character,
oh,
without Gamabunta and the tuning exam parameters sort of battle, then probably Sasuke.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
depends on the parameters. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I think Sasuke wins either like in
I
any
mean,
instant.
he got beaten down by Gaara and Naruto to save him, but
Well, at least in terms of physical, I mean, obviously if he has Gamma Bunta, then niggas
yeah,
bro's gonna
yeah,
clear. But
yeah,
yeah,
true,
yeah.
true, yeah.
Yeah, he
At
did
least
work.
in terms of like that version against Sasuke, I'm not entirely so
That one's a little
sure
more
on that sense of
contentious.
yours.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, it's
agree.
just
That's more
for me,
contentious.
we just don't see enough, so it's hard for me to like
It's true.
anyone
Yeah.
to claim. But I'm just saying, even the Gaara that we or the Naruto that we do see against that, the variations of the transformations of Gaara before he turns into full Shikaku, I don't think that Naruto really scales to that Gaara since he wasn't moving. It's easier for you to attack characters who aren't moving.
I mean, it's kind of
True.
how Sasuke hit Gaara with the Chidori as well because he wasn't moving. You know what I mean? Kind of same thing.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about in the dome?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think these are fairly
Um,
close, like between those three. It depends on the parameters, I'd say.
yeah. I mean, I guess let me think of something else. Who do you think wins between Sage Mode Jiraiya and Sage Mode Naruto?
Naruto.
Okay, because
Naruto.
I'm not gonna hold you. I've thought about Naruto because I thought Naruto win for the longest, but like low key after looking into it, I don't know, bro. Jiraiya low key might got that. I'm not gonna lie.
I love Jiraiya,
What
Like
do
bro.
you
Don't get me
Why
wrong.
do you think that?
no troll. Hold on. No troll shit. No troll shit. Like
Yeah.
he might. He just might.
What do you
That's
think
all I'm
that?
saying.
Yeah, what makes you say that though?
I think I think each instance from them competing against each other is very like contextual from the Pain versus Jiraiya and Pain versus Naruto.
How
Because
so?
one, I think in an instance, whenever Jiraiya turns into Sage mode, he was able to blitz one of the Pains, and I think that like all the Pains, since they shared the 6 Rinnegan, stemming from Nagato, they all should have like similar physical capabilities. And if he was only going against 3 Pains, then the less Pains there are, the more chakra is focused on each individual. So it's like 3 Pains close to Nagato versus all 6 Pains at an extremely far distance from where Nagato is in the Leaf Village. So I just think Jiraiya is fighting stronger Pains to begin with.
I think the very fact that Naruto became a perfect sage implies he surpassed his predecessor. That alone,
I
like,
always
substantiates
I,
him surpassing him.
So, and
not
also, just to
not
like,
to
Something
me.
that Jiraiya couldn't attain. Jiraiya could
No,
not
no,
attain.
I agree that the way I've always interpreted that statement is more so his versatility and the usage of Sage mode itself, not inherently mean that he's stronger as a combatant, because that whole entire arc is just Hog gassing up Naruto, talking about how well he's able to imbue nature energy, but I don't think that's a direct indicator as to show why he'd be stronger, because he doesn't just have the Jiraiya image. He has the Minato image, and in the war, we get told with Minato, even though he has a perfect Sage mode, that he's not good at utilizing it. So I just think it's more so the actual abilities themselves rather than Naruto truly being stronger.
I
okay,
mean,
yeah.
I think that's an appeal to ignorance, though. I think
It
that
wouldn't be.
the fact that he's a
It wouldn't.
perfect sage and Jiraiya isn't implies that the higher likelihood of what Paul's trying to indicate is that he is he
I
not only has he
think.
surpassed him in sage mode,
I
but in
disagree. I would
caliber.
say I don't think it's an appeal to ignorance. If anything, I think it's special pleading because you're accepting one of the images but not the other one.
No, you
So
just
we have
gotta
to take both
indicate which one's a
because we
higher possibility, though. There can be
Well,
possibilities
it
that
wouldn't be.
exist, but
Well, no, it wouldn't be a possibility. It'd be a probability. Because anything can
a
virtually be possible.
probability is just an indication of how likely a possibility is.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
a probability is.
No. All the possibility is just an expression without logical contradiction. The actual way to go about just anything outside of fiction is asking which one is more likely, which is what probability is based off of odds.
And we do that
Yeah,
based
that's what I
off of
meant.
face
Probability
and
probability
provided.
is a
Yeah,
statistical likelihood
yeah,
of a possibility.
Which we're
Yeah.
trying to get
yeah.
into.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying a possibility, regardless of the percentage, is still a possibility. Probability is seeing out of these possibilities which one is more likely to be the case.
That's
That's all
basically
I'm
what you
saying.
Said, but
There's a difference
yeah.
between
oh that's
there's a
obvious.
distinction between the two.
Literally,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, yeah.
literally what I said. I'm
So
Yeah,
establishing
so what
that.
I'm saying is that since you're accepting the Jiraiya image, but you're choosing to ignore the Minato image, where in Jiraiya we see
Oh, the
imperfect
Minato
sage
image.
mode.
Okay, not
Yeah,
insane.
where we see Jiraiya in imperfect sage mode, but an image of Minato in perfect, who also has perfect sage mode. In the war, Minato says, "Hey, even though I'm in perfect sage mode, I'm bad at utilizing it." Right? So he can still do shit that Naruto's able to do in perfect sage mode. He
He's
just
an
can't
Edo
handle
there.
it for a long
It's
time.
not
So yeah,
it's not really
yeah, I'm
equivalent.
saying, but well, I think it would be equivalent because it's incorporating both characters.
okay, so let me
Like
just say something
you
real
can't
quick about
accept one and dismiss the
hold on,
other because
brother.
that's what special pleading is.
Let me give you like one example of like why this is more of a possibility that Sage or Naruto is stronger than Jiraiya. So the opponent that Naruto beat off rip when he came onto the battlefield was the Ashura path, right?
Yeah.
Who was the exact same path that instantly blitzed Jiraiya. Admittingly, he was fatigued, but during that engagement,
Wait, what Blitz Jiraiya?
yeah, after he used Frog Song, he used the Ashura path to blitz Jiraiya and tear his arm off.
But he
That's the
was
one
off
that.
guard.
Well, yeah, he was blitzed. His perception was blitzed. His Sage
No,
Mode sensory wasn't.
well, just because you
Mo-
have like if you're
Anyways,
off guard,
that's not the main point though. Like what I'm really trying to say.
but if you're off guard, it can't be a blitz.
I don't think he was
If I'm
off
at a
guard. I think Sage Mode gives sensory
Yeah,
ability.
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. He has
why,
Mom Paw there, and he has Sage Mode on as well. So there is some like
well, I mean,
inherent.
you can have all those things and still not be like paying attention to those types of factors because his assumption is he already defeated them. So he doesn't really have to worry about consistently being on guard.
I mean, the
The
sensory
transformation
is
itself is not something that you can like necessarily deactivate. It's a passive ability of Sage Mode.
Well, hold
So
on.
nonetheless,
Do you think hold on, my question is, do you think whenever he's in imperfect sage mode, uh like due to the imperfect ability that the sage mode like
Mom and Paw are not
awareness would
imperfect
be there?
sages, though. Mom and Paw are not imperfect sages, so it doesn't really matter about Jiraiya's precognition per se. He has allies around
But
him.
it would apply. Well, that would just show that both of them would be on guard because their assumption is that this character is dead.
Again, it's a passive ability, so even if like their acknowledgement of the situation isn't exactly
Yeah.
truthful, their passive ability accounts for that compensation, if you will. But again, like when all I'm trying to say is like when Nagato was facing off against Jiraiya, he wasn't taking him on seriously. He wasn't like using all six pass
Well, he
conjunctively to take
said
him on. He
that goes
used
back to what I was saying, where when all six are out, they're weaker, especially against Naruto due to the distance. So these pains that Jiraiya is interacting with are much stronger because it's closer to the Nagato body and there's less pains.
I feel like Nagato is handicapping himself arbitrarily in both instances. One with Jiraiya because he's using what's her name? The
The animal
anti-lady. I forgot her name, but
Yeah, this
Konan,
is the
right?
animal path. But
No,
in the Jiraiya fight, it was a guy at the time.
he sends Konan first, obviously not taking him as a really big threat. Then uses the animal path and etc. As we all come to know, because he's not really taking him seriously, and it's his prior sensei.
Well,
So
at that time, with the pains, I'm pretty sure. Well, we actually don't see it, but we do see the image of whenever all six pains are in those little capsules. So so Conan could just be stalling time to get the animal path out, just to not release the diva path at that very moment.
I mean, that's just something that doesn't have much plausibility, in my opinion. That's certainly like
Well,
Hey,
I don't want to get into
so
the
all
argument
right,
I mean,
again. But,
I'm
like,
gonna say something really quick though, because I heard like a certain amount of partial. This like all I will say, it's just more stronger in Naruto's favor. Like I get what Chrome's advocating for, with the whole like looks and stuff, and like Jiraiya, like all because his is imperfect, yada yada. But like if you like analyze, like there's some form of like similarity when we analyze like certain feats and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah.
But when we look at it overall, like there's just way more statements for not only Naruto surpassing Jiraiya, or Paul saying like, you know, he's just more better, or talking about Sage and how it works,
Yeah.
like it's all about balance. If you take too much, this can be a problematic. If you do too little, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Naruto has like
to me, he told that to. He tells that. Well, he should, if you're teaching Sage
well,
mode,
yeah.
to
Well,
be telling that to
hang
Minato
on.
and Jiraiya
Just
too.
hang on. So where I'm getting with this at
Yeah,
is
you're good.
Naruto just goes way through, like, just way further than Jiraiya has ever gotten with. For one, it's in a short amount of time, and then two, he not only that,
Yeah, I
he's
agree,
able
it's
to use the
impressive.
frog, like frog kumata or whatever, something Jiraiya also doesn't have, which is basically like invisible.
He does. No, Jiraiya does. In the data book, it says both of them have it.
Okay, well, he at least doesn't show it, but I'll let that be with the data book thing. But either way, going based on what we objectively have seen, like he doesn't even have that, and while Naruto has that, which is basically like an invisible force, so like fucking Jedi shit, which is ridiculous. You know, but like overall, like we see like the feats in comparison. Jiraiya literally was getting bitched the entire time. Like he's fighting full power pain, whatever he's going, like he can't do anything. Like his fast attacks, you name it.
Yeah,
Like
well-
he even concedes and says like I can't do anything against these 3 passive pains. I'm going to be killed. Then we have Naruto and he shows up with like, you know, like his Sage Mode or whatever. And even though this pain is like way more fatigued, he's still doing a very great job. But like he's having like, you know, he's having a fight with Naruto, whatever. But Naruto is
Right,
like fighting
right.
way more
That's what-
competitively. Like he's like
Yeah.
reacting accordingly, the
But-
link vision, you name it. Like he even also blitzes the osteopath. Like
But that goes back
So-
to, well, the blitz is the osteopath. Are you talking about the one at the very start? Because I
Yes,
think
it's at
that
the start.
is a. Yeah, I think that's a mental instance. Because
yeah,
every
well,
other.
but the problem. Wait, hang on, but I'm not done. The problem with that is, see, you bring that up for Jiraiya, but yet Jiraiya also had this same exact thing. It's stated verbatim in
Well,
the
I
data
don't
book
think-
that he
I
had,
don't think
he
Jiraiya
hardened his
had a
mental
mental
resolve to where he
Yeah,
literally
I
had a
think-
mental ant moment for that too. You know,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
think-
like the
I
problem
think
with it.
resolves are different from amps.
Yeah, the problem
I
with
think
it is
results are
these two
different from amps.
characters are similar in many ways. They both clearly can be like able to use mental
Yeah, but
amps or
the
to
one-
use Sage
But
mode.
the pains that.
But
But the
if-
pains that Naruto went against were weaker by three
Well,
factors.
all right, but just,
All of them
just,
were out.
yeah, just hear
All
me
of
out,
them were
bro.
weakened,
All I'm
and
saying
all of
is,
them were
all
weakened.
I'm
This is going
saying
on
is,
too long.
like,
I'll just say that-
just
I'll just say
wait,
this.
just wait.
The possibility that you've indicated is possible, but I just think it's less probable.
I get what you're trying to say,
I
Chrome.
agree.
I'd be
The
doing the
Naruto
exact
being
same if I
superior
were
to
you, but
Jiraiya.
you're constantly interjecting. So I'll say this really quick. If we analyze overall as a whole, Naruto is performing way more better and more dominantly against Pain, while Jiraiya is basically being forced to a corner the entire time. And when all the passive pains are brought out all at once, he literally cannot do anything. Even while he's in Sage mode, etc., he gets blitzed multiple times, while Sage 1 Naruto is able to do way more successfitly, etc., and not be taken out immediately.
Yeah,
or
but-
severely
So to
injured.
end this,
Yeah,
I guess
I'm
you
saying,
can say your
that the reason he was able to. The reason he was
End
able
this?
to.
Wait.
Hold on.
To end this-
Hold on.
to- Wait. To end this, 'cause you're going
Batman
too
went
long.
on like a
Wait.
2-minute speech. Let me at
We're
least
gonna end it here,
respond.
though. We're gonna end it here. You could just, to end it, explain why you think Jiraiya one more time is above Naruto, and I'll say my piece, and then we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. That's all. I was just saying. I just wanted to respond.
You got
to Batman,
like, Chrome,
and we
you
can end
talk
it
for
off here.
like 20 minutes, bro.
Okay.
I just
do
started
that.
speaking.
I would say
and
my
I talked
piece,
for like
and
2
we'll go on to the
minutes.
next person.
Yeah. All I
Alright.
was gonna,
Anyways.
all I was gonna say was, in the context of the Naruto situation, I just think those were weaker pains because of how far they were from Nagato in comparison to Jiraiya, and whenever the Diva Path admits himself that all of them are weakened, so he's just able to be relative to weaker pains due to 2 handicaps versus Jiraiya. That's all.
Okay, so that's your piece. All right, I would say this.
Yeah,
I think
that's
context matters for these battles. First of all, Jiraiya only defeated them because of the Frog Song Genjutsu. It wasn't due to pure physicality. You are right. The signal is like far weaker because they are in Konoha and they are fatigued on top of that. But that doesn't negate the fact that Pain only used 3 out of the 6 passive Pain to physically combat Jiraiya, and Jiraiya still failed to beat them physically. He had to use the Genjutsu to do that and still got an arm blown off. And as soon as all 6 came, they immediately one-shotted him. While conversely, Naruto was deemed as enough of a threat for Nagato to use all 6 of the passive Pain, and physically he did much better than Jiraiya did against basically all of them, including even the Tendo Path. So I would say this: empirically, there's just more for Naruto's favor. Paul saying at least on one occasion he surpassed his predecessor. As far as the Minato thing, I don't think that contradicts anything because he's an Edo, first of all, And when he is alive, when we see his empirical feats, he doesn't use Sage Mode in the most extreme situations, like against Obito, like against the fourth Hokage, where his life could literally be on the line. So I don't think that just because he uses it as an Edo negates anything and doesn't negate Paul's statement of Naruto suppressing his predecessors either. I think because he's an Edo, stamina is no longer an issue. That's why he used it there.
Got you. Those need arguments, but we can end it here. It was good. It was good talking to you, Jay the Great. Shinobi, this is my first time meeting you. Good talking to you.
Yeah, much love, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, Batman's muted, but Batman, if you hear, it's always good talking to you. Type shit. Shout out my boy Batman. So yeah,
Yes, sir.
we definitely should
Good
have
topic,
another
though.
conversation. Yeah, we definitely should have another conversation a different time too. It was good talking.
Yeah,
brother,
for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
All right. All right, folks. That was an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Also, like, like on his point about like how like Pain deactivated 3 of them to fight Jiraiya, so therefore they would be stronger. I get that, but it's like Tendo was the only path of Pain that was fighting against Sage Mode Naruto, so it's like he had all other 5 bodies deactivated, making him stronger than he normally would be because it's not distributed. So it's just like the arbitrary like handicaps are hard to really like come to absolute measurement.
Yeah, and even that, the signal is the strongest argument that Jiraiya is superior. But again, the relative level of effort in each encounter varied greatly for Pain. Pain only used 3, and because he saw, I'll use Genjutsu, I'm gonna get all 6 out. While conversely, with Naruto, he went immediately to 6. And yeah, so it's basically what it is.
Conan too, bro. It's like obviously he's not really like.
We got some donations. Appreciate you folks. Steven for the $5. Does Sonic have secret form? Why would the Shinobi world know their speed? I think the best way to say their Hokage faster is through MS Sasuke scaling. Secret forms? I guess they're secret.
I think they're so obviously they got their.
The Akatsuki are aware of the forms, though. I'll just say that. And Nagato straight up acknowledge it. He says just like Orochimaru, Jiraiya also has a form too. So.
Yeah. But the other $5, appreciate you, Dimitri. Can you give your opinion on the Sannin full power versus Pain? If they don't stand a chance, what if you had Kakashi, War Arc, no Edos? The Sannin at full power, Pain would body all of them. They just lack the speed to even touch him, let alone defeat him. With Kakashi, they'd probably still fail. I'm not gonna lie. Kakashi, even KCM1 Naruto couldn't contend with Nagato's and Edo, let alone full power prime Pain. So no, I don't think they would have a chance.
Yeah, no. What's clear as day is Pain is blatantly over Sage Mode Naruto and Jiraiya. Like we're putting that out there really quick. Like he just demonstrates that against Jiraiya. He demonstrates that the moment he gets his Tendo power back, like and there's only 2 of him left, just shits on Sage Mode. Like so, if he's like at full power, all 6 are out, and Tendo power, it's over. Like those 2 are getting fucking shitted on. I'm just putting that out there real quick, but. What's it called? But with the whole like Jiraiya and Sage Mode Naruto shit, that was just like a whole thing. But yeah, don't get that confused. Pain is blatantly over those 2. So.
Oh yeah, that's obvious. Yeah. All right, next person.